everybody, and welcome back to SUV Properties Podcast. My name is Cayden, and this is Melanie. Today, we're here to talk about appliances. But before we talk about that, if you guys like what you're about to see here and have been seeing in the weeks before, please like, comment what else you'd like to see or know about. If you love what you guys are seeing, go to our website, suvproperties.com. Reach us there. Also, take a look at the content that we have and share it with others. Share the knowledge that we're going for. So, as we said, we're talking about appliances. Should you or should you not provide them for tenants and things like that? So, what are the pros and cons when it comes to providing or not providing appliances, as they're not required to be provided to tenants?
Are you talking stove, refrigerator, washer and dryer, or just the stove and refrigerator, all of it?
I guess all of the above. Obviously some, then you can also get into the category of coin ops, right? Because then you get into not individual but shared. So I guess right now in this beginning segment, let's talk about kitchen appliances.
Okay. Depending on the type of property that you have, whether it is a multiplex, if it is a duplex, and we're going to separate single family homes out from that. If you have a multi-family home, you pretty much always need to include appliances, because the individuals that live in a multiplex, typically they don't have their own appliances. So having them there is a huge feature for renting. You'll get it rented a whole lot quicker if you supply the appliances. Now, washer and dryer in a multiplex, rarely does anybody supply a washer and dryer. They will, however, include coiner-operated washers and dryers, and you can figure out with the coin-op company if you want to split the profit with them, with whatever gets collected in the coin-ops. That way they'll come in and they'll collect the coins, they'll keep half of it, they'll send the other half to you, and then you also get out from under the maintenance of those coin-operated machines, and you don't have to buy them. You don't own them.
Yeah.
So you're basically renting them from the coin-op machine, and you're splitting the profit. So yes, you collect more money, but you're not out there collecting them. Now, when you're talking about not the washer and dryer, but the stove and refrigerator, you own those in every single unit, and you would have a tax write-off for those appliances. Now, be prepared to get your appliances back in a multiplex or even in a duplex, depending on the area. If you get them back, they will not usually be usable again. There's going to be handles missing, the door is going to be coming off of the oven, they're going to be left filthy, or they're going to walk away and they're going to be donated to the city, because upon move out, rarely do we get the appliances back. Now, let's transition over to a single family home. Do you think we should include them in a single family home?
I think most single family homes, and typically what we do here is we don't provide them for multiple reasons. One, like you're saying, if you're moving to a single family, sometimes you're coming from another single family. Most of them are bringing in appliances because you've got a family, a little bit larger pool of not only money, but tenants being in one area.
Right. So for single family homes, we do not include stove, refrigerator, washer and dryer. The tenants supply that, so that gets us out from underneath the maintenance of the appliances, because we are in the real estate business. We are not in the appliance repair business. That being said, we repair a lot of appliances. We have maintenance people for that, but it's not what we like to do. Then if we escalate up to a higher price point where you're collecting $2,000 and up in rent, then you, for the most part, always include all the appliances, because they're premium rentals, and most of the people that rent in those properties tend to be business professionals. They're stationed in a location maybe for a year, maybe for 2 years. They're not bringing their appliances along with them, so then you tend to have higher end appliances in those properties.
Which also allows you to then command that higher rent, and sometimes can even allow them to be rented out a little quicker due to having all those appliances in there.
Exactly. Now, what about new versus used? What do you think the best route to go?
That's a great question, and it most of the time, as though it might not seem looking up front, it's most of the time better to go with new, as we've kind of discussed, just because of you don't know what you're getting when you buy used, right? You don't know the condition, you don't know what's wrong with it, you don't know what kind of warranty, and it just depends on where you're talking. Like you said, used, if you're talking Craigslist or somewhere like there where there's no warranty, you don't know kind of what you're getting into, or whether it's a resale shop, which I'm sure you've had plenty of run-ins with.
We've had plenty of situations where we've bought appliances from a used appliance store, and we get them out to the property and they have a variety of issues. They don't necessarily work. They worked in the store, they got damaged on the way out there. They work, but they stink because they smell like cigarette smoke, or they smell like whatever
food, or who knows.
Whatever the last thing that was in there. Or the biggest issue is they have bugs. And then those bugs are welcomed into your apartment, and then they take the appliances away, but they leave the bugs behind. And then you have to bring in bug abatement to get rid of the problems that you've now brought upon yourself. That's the same reason why in our leases we have that the tenants aren't supposed to get products, furniture, appliances from the side of the road, from Goodwill, from St. Vinny's. We can't stop them from doing that. However, used appliances usually bring in a plethora of other issues that go along with it. We had a duplex that we managed in West Allis, and one of the tenants bought used washer and dryer. Sure enough, he bought them from somebody off of Craigslist, brought them in. We had a building that never had any pest issues before. Now we've got a basement full of roaches, and we have 2 units and basements to try to clear the bugs from, and it all came from used appliances. So I'm a big believer in new. You don't get the problems, you get a longer warranty, and you have Home Depot, Lowe's, Menards, some appliance company delivering them to you, and they're setting them up for you. So if you're gonna supply them, go new. If you're not gonna supply them, kind of figure out what your sweet spot is with the price point of your rental unit and with the price point of the appliances. But what's the biggest reason you think you should not include a washer and a dryer?
It's a great question, and as we just talked about in a previous episode, water, when water is included, especially if it's in a single family as well, if you're including the water and you're also now including the washer and dryer, we'll often have many tenants who see a little business opportunity to where they're letting other friends, people, or not even friends, just other people come in and charge them, money to do their laundry. They're not paying for the water or the appliances, and so now you've got a lot more wear and tear and a lot more cost in terms of water and on these machines now that you just kind of open yourself up to.
Right. So figure out what you want to do with appliances and see your appliances as a cost basis within your business, not necessarily an add-on to attract your current tenant. A stove and a refrigerator within a multiplex, duplex, I can get my head around that because it'll rent out quicker. But including the washer and dryer, you're asking for a water bill that is 2 to 3 times as high as you're used to having.
Yeah.
So always cost-benefit analysis on your appliances. We appreciate you watching this video today. Again, if you love the information you've seen, please go to our website, suvproperties.com. Email us any ideas that you think you would like to hear information on. I'm sure we have a story about it. We are real estate professionals spreading the knowledge of real estate around the world. Thank you for watching.
See you guys next week.